Hi, it's Andy from Get Connected here in beautiful British Columbia for the preview of the new Samsung Galaxy S3. With me is Ken Price, Director of Marketing for Samsung. Ken, thanks for joining us.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you very much. Loving it here in Vancouver. And yes, we're very excited to bring the Galaxy S3 to the Canadian marketplace.
Well,
starting on June 21st for consumers.
So June 21st, I know you guys came out in Europe first, and I heard a lot of great stuff about this. It's supposed to be it could be the phone of the year, so we're really interested to see what kind of features you have. Do you mind showing us some of the hottest things that are coming out with the S3?
Sure. Well, I'll start with the fact that first of all, from a from a model and availability point of view, there are two versions. And that we're going to have versions that are available in LTE and HSPA Plus because we have a very wide variety of carriers who are picking up this product. We have, who you would expect from a national point of view in terms of Bell, Telus, and Rogers, and as well we'll have some of the regional players that are picking up devices. So we will have different configurations that are suitable. The other part about it is to say that in every way, shape, or form it is advanced over devices that we've seen in the past from Samsung. And we think in the marketplace, we have our beautiful Super AMOLED screen, which is now supersized to 4.8 inches, while not really requiring a lot more real estate because of the way we've been able to efficiently design the display in the context of the overall product. And so it also has a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor, Snapdragon S4 reference in terms of its architecture. And as people understand, that's an advanced core. It has power savings properties that are important. The other, couple of key features: 1.9 gigahertz or 9 megapixel camera on the front, 8 on the back. Backlight illumination sensor as well, so it will actually help you in low light conditions. And you also have access to the device from an internal point of view, which is what people have come to expect from Samsung. So you have micro SD and capability in terms of memory upgrade. You also have a battery. And the battery, which everybody talks about because as they use these devices so much, of course, they're concerned about battery usage. And so we've goosed this up to a 2100 milliamp battery to give maximum kinds of charge capability for single battery use. But if you're really hardcore and you want the flexibility, you can always change the battery out as well, and you have the flexibility to be able to do that. And this micro SD card can be up to 64 gigabytes of extended memory on top of what will already be either 16 or 32 that you can buy right out of the chute. So that's a little quick tour of the hardware itself. One theme is around kind of how you interact with the device. So simply, now, and I've set this up to do this, but you can sort of hold the device, hold your thumb up and suddenly that unlocks the device because we feel like that's a more natural motion that says, hey, phone, wake up, as opposed to sliding or doing other things. Sometimes maybe you want to take a quick picture and you're sort of fumbling around, the phone's in lock position, you want to find the application, and instead you just sort of hold your finger in a single place, turn the phone, and it understands, hey man, I want to take a picture, and so it's like the phone is understanding what you intended, without having to sort of launch the application every single time. What if I'm reading something? Shouldn't it be smart enough to detect the fact that I am looking at?
Because typically with other phones, you actually would have to keep touching it. So
that's right. But that's kind of annoying if I'm in a reading, if I'm concentrating on something. Now that I've got this in front of me, the phone will stay on because there's a little blinking light up there, and the camera is smart enough to know and detect that there are eyeballs in front of the phone. So it's going to sort of stay in that kind of brighter position. But another big theme for this device is going to be sharing. Okay, there's a terrible picture of me in this hotel room, but let's say for some strange reason I wanted to share that. So what I can do by enabling the NFC and Wi-Fi direct capabilities of the devices is simply hold these two devices together, and then I tap the device that's initiating the transmission, and what it has basically said is I want to initiate a contact from one device to the next. And what it did was it used NFC to establish a handshake and then used Wi-Fi direct to be able to transfer a file that's beyond the protocol of NFC. So a picture going from this device to this device, which is, I think, a kind of a neat use case in terms of being able to quickly transfer information if you and I were in a conversation or wanted to quickly share something together.
So just to clarify, the NFC is basically doing the handshake, and then the actual picture is being transferred via Wi-Fi.
That's right. That's exactly correct. So So that's, you know, a way in which Samsung took a core functionality of Ice Cream Sandwich, which is, you know, or Android 4.0, and was able to build on top of that.
If people want to get more information, where should they go to find more information about the S3?
Well, of course, we have so everybody has been really great about helping, and I mean everybody, all the carriers have been able to put up lots of information, and certainly Samsung.ca. We have a mobile client as well that we're very proud of, so you can come to our website and check it out.
There you have it, the Samsung Galaxy S3 coming out June 21st.
That's right.
June 21st on all the big carriers in Canada. I'm Andy from Get Connected, and I'll see you next time.
Gotta get connected.